we are back for another video. So if you are joining us for the first time, welcome to the channel. If you are coming back and already a subscriber, welcome back. Today's video, as you can tell by the thumbnail or the title or what I have in my hand, is about the Staccato P with the steel grip. Today's video, we're going to be going over the specs, I guess, or the upgrades that I have done to my Staccato P, cost breakdown, and is it worth it? We'll see. Let me get my competition belt on, because there's a stage that's already set up, threw up some targets, so I have something to shoot at, do a little bit of shooting, do a little bit of talking, and we'll go from there. So if anyone is interested in getting into competitive shooting, USPSA specifically, I can make a video kind of detailing what you kind of need to know or what kind of gear you need. But between that and if you want kind of like a gear breakdown of the stuff I'm using, leave the comments down below. I could do that video in the future. But let's get set up, get some ammo in our magazines. We'll go over details and then we'll just get into some shooting. And real quick, before we get completely into the video, if you want to support the channel in any way, obviously hit that subscribe button because that helps the best. Like, comment, and stuff like that. Or you can use the links in the description down below. So we do have a link to pewtod.com, which is merch. So we got cool shirts like this, or the hat, if you want to support the channel like that. Or use any of the other links down below, Amazon affiliate links for stuff seen in the video. You could do some shopping there. And I do have a discount code for Siley Optics. It's site-wide. So if you have any questions about those optics, you could go look at the videos I did. Also link down below, torture testing of those videos. Discount code to bring the price of an affordable optic even further down to even more affordable. So if you want to help the channel anyway, use those links. Let's get back into the video. All right, so let's go over the details on the gun quick, parts we added. So first off, we do have a full dedicated video to this gun on the channel. I'll link it somewhere, probably in the top corner. So if you're interested in like a little overview of the gun, maybe a little further in depth, I don't remember what I actually spoke about in the video, go check that video out. This video is going to mainly be about the modifications done to the gun. So let me get out my notes. All right, so like we were saying, this is the Staccato P. This is a steel grip from Chile. So Staccato P, base weight of the Staccato P, this is from their website because I didn't weigh it beforehand. The stock weight of their gun is 33 ounces. When you put this grip on, this grip is a 12.8 ounce grip. Then the magwell is a little bit extra also. So I weighed this gun as is, empty, no magazine inserted, just like this before I left the house. And that weighed in at 47 ounces or 47.1 ounces. So you are adding a significant amount of weight to the gun. And then just for reference, I believe the plastic grip is about 2 ounces or two something ounces. The aluminum grip, this is from Chile's website, the aluminum grip is 4.7 ounces. So you do have about an 8 ounce difference between the aluminum and the steel grip. But this gun is pretty much just for range fun. For me, this is pretty much just for the range and for like USPSA when I do want to shoot limited optics. So that's why I don't mind the extra weight of the steel grip. So we went with the steel grip because I didn't care about the extra added weight, but if you're going to be using this for duty or carry or something like that, you might want to consider the aluminum or staying with the plastic one. The way I got the gun, it came with the plastic grip. I don't know if it's the old style, but I really hated the texture on that grip. So I was considering getting the grip stippled. But then this deal of a lifetime came up for me, so this is how we ended up like this. So then you need a magwell if you want a magwell. So this is the Chile tactical magwell. Then moving up for your trigger is the Red Dirt F3 trigger. So if you're not sure on what size trigger you need, go on Red Dirt's website, check the sizing guide, measure your fingers, and that's a pretty good baseline of which size trigger you might need. Does it matter that much between like F2, F3? Probably not. F1's really short, F5 is really long, I remember that. So like I said, we do have an F3 that's flat, size 3. Mag release button is a Dawson mag release. I don't know if there's anything extra from that, but you get the main mag release with the Chile grip, and then like the extended button like this is a Dawson. Then moving forward a little bit from that is our recoil system. So we do have the toolless guide rod that came standard with this. We did go down weight in the recoil spring. I think it was 1 pound down. I don't remember at this point now. This is the Dawson springs. It's the blue color, so it's lighter power. It's for hand loads. Only downside to that is with different loads, your slide is slamming back harder, so it can cause premature wear. So just kind of act accordingly to whatever springs you want. All right, so since we got all the parts out of the way, we might as well go over the pricing on this stuff. So I did not pay these prices. I got a very, very good deal through a friend on this stuff. So I didn't pay this price, but this is what you can expect to pay if you don't have a friend. So the Dawson recoil springs, this is just how I have it written down, so we're gonna work our way down the list, but the Dawson recoil spring is $10. The Chile stainless steel grip is $695. It's a pretty big price to pay for it. Is it worth it? I don't know. That's kind of up for you to decide. The aluminum grip's a little bit cheaper. I don't remember the exact price. The Chile tactical magwell is $70. The Dawson mag release button is $15. The red dirt trigger is $70. So that's a grand total of $860 in parts just on this gun. That doesn't include the optic, but that was already on the gun. Then that's just your base price. Then if you don't know how to install them yourself, you have to pay a gunsmith. So there's all that to deal with. The weather decided to change on us, but it is what it is. Just gonna do quick shooting. Maybe we'll get some side shots so you can see some recoil of the gun, and we will do some talking from there. So just gonna shoot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I put out 7 targets. It's kind of a stage, but I just put stuff up. Targets are already shot, but we're not shooting for accuracy here. We're just shooting to have something to shoot at. This is cold for the day. We're just out here having fun. Gonna start toes touching the start stick over here, and we will just go from there. One thing, I am not used to the grip angle. It should be close to my M&P because M&P is a 1911 grip angle, but for some reason, presentation dot is usually not there. But usually I have those issues when I switch back to another platform for some reason. It just like starting fresh again. So let's do this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 rounds. Let's go. Yeah. All right, and now we're just gonna shoot it one more time just for the hell of it. So first time around was a 1073. Just gonna shoot it again, see if I run it a little faster. That first position at the beep, I should be backing out of it, but also this is just kind of more about shooting the gun and not trying to go fast, but let's go for it. All right, let's do this again. Maybe we'll back out on it as we're going. All right, that's an 897. I'm happy with that. Let's just shoot some doubles, see the recoil coming off of the gun. Like I said, it does shoot really nice with this, this steel grip. Let's just shoot at that target over there. What do we got over there? Right, and that is Staccato P is a 4.4 inch barrel, I think. So this, just for random comparison, this has nothing to do with the video. This is my 5-inch M&P 2.0. This is what the recoil looks like on this gun. This is not a good comparison at all, but we're doing it anyway. Yeah. All right, so now that we've done some shooting with the gun, let's just do a little bit of talking about it. So shooting with the gun, I always forget how damn nice this gun shoots with this full setup. So the plastic grip, like I was saying earlier in the video, I wasn't a big fan of that plastic grip. Maybe if it was a different texture, I would have liked it more. For whatever reason, I didn't like that. This gun with the steel grip, with the extra 10 ounces, I think it is, at the bottom. It feels really balanced. And as you're shooting, it kind of just sits there. The dot almost doesn't even leave the window. Shoots really nice, and I always forget how nice it is. So competition-wise, USPSA, I don't think there is a max weight for limited optics. I could be completely wrong on that. I know Carry Optics has a max weight, but IDPA is another shooting competition club, whatever you want to call it. They do have a max weight for, I forget which division. I don't shoot IDPA, so bear with me on this one, but their max weight is 50 something ounces, I believe. This setup brings you in at 47.1 with an empty magazine and an extra ounce or two. You are well under the weight. With a 5-inch full dust cover gun with the stainless steel grip, you're most likely going to be overweight. So just something to keep note for that. But this, or maybe even a 4 1/4 would be really nice. But this with the 4.4 inch, I think, barrel with the steel grip feels super balanced. It shoots really nice. Very, very highly recommended. So the overall cost of this is another issue. So it's $860 in parts. That's without counting the optic. That brings your total of the gun and the parts. The guns, last I checked, was about $2,400, plus the parts are $860. That brings you up to about $3,260. Add in a optic, you're about $3,500, $3,600. It's a pretty big price tag. And then when you get up to that price tag, you start getting in the realm of other companies that you could kind of get all this stuff from the factory that may be a little bit better than Staccato. One other aspect of this grip, it's most likely because of the extra magwell, and they even sell an even larger magwell, but the Staccato magazine, this is the Staccato magazine. It's a checkmate tube for those who don't know. I had to swap out the Staccato base pad because it's a lot taller than this. It doesn't allow it to sit into the gun with the extended base pad, so I had to go get the regular checkmate base pad, which I'll show you the comparison on the screen to the size difference. So that will sit in there. So you have that aspect of it. Then last time I checked, I'm gonna check again and I'll throw in the B-roll of it, but the 126 millimeter or the 17 round magazines that came with my Staccato did not fit with this. I know other companies with this fits. It might just be the magazines. It might just need to like clearance it a little bit. But the other thing you have to remember is you may need new magazines when you do something like this, but you could also take off the magwell and they'll fit. But keep that in mind, the magazines, so that's an extra. The cheaper end, I think they're 60 something, and the higher end, they're over $100. So if you want another two, if you want like 3 magazines total, you have the one that came with the gun and then 2 more, and you're looking at another $200. So then you're at $3,800, $3,900. It's a pretty big price tag. Should Staccatos come like this from the factory? Probably not, because then you're up in the price tag. And for a Staccato that's supposed to be like duty grade, the tolerances aren't going to be as tight as like a higher end 2011, just because you need to be able to work in adverse conditions, being duty grade. So that brings me to the next part. Is this whole setup worth it? So if you already have your Staccato for a while and this is like your gun, you love to shoot this gun, and you just want to make it that much better, I say go for it. There are companies that do porting that would probably make the shoot, that would probably just completely delete recoil. But like I said, I shoot USPSA. Porting puts you in a higher division that you're at a disadvantage for shooting a regular gun at. So we're not gonna talk about that part. So if you already have a Staccato and you want to upgrade it and make it that much better, I say go for it. If you could afford this stuff, it is pretty damn expensive. Like I was saying, I didn't pay anywhere near what the retail price on all this stuff is, so that's why I kind of did it. If you're gonna buy a gun to instantly do this, pass on that. There are companies that sell guns in that price point for the total of this that you could get from the factory. You don't have to worry about finding a gunsmith. You don't have to worry about voiding your warranty, and you have your factory warranty. They're a little bit more, I wouldn't say exclusive than a Staccato, but they're another step up. If I had to pay full price for this stuff, I probably wouldn't do it again. I would actually consider selling the Staccato and trying to level up the 2011 game, but that's just me personally. You might have your own opinion on that stuff. I would probably go with like a 5-inch gun, even though it's only a little bit longer than this. I'd probably go with the 5-inch gun, full length dust cover, just because I love the way that looks. But yeah,